Welcome back to Florence. 3 years ago, we held the last event here, and I'm so pleased to see so many of you back. Over 1,600 participants, over 50% of you here for the first time, and it's wonderful to be able to spend the next few days together on a very important topic. As you look at this year's theme of the annual meeting, it's all around balance and momentum. Balance with respect to what we've seen occur over the course of the last 3 years, with the energy trilemma coming to the forefront. Affordability, sustainability, and security. You, like I, have seen the events that have brought this to the forefront. And within this industry, it's important that we act and we balance the energy trilemma. At the moment, that energy trilemma is out of balance. There is one thing we know: climate change is occurring. You've seen some of the events over the weekend in New Zealand. You've seen the floods that took place in Pakistan, the hot summer in Europe. Climate is changing, and so we need to maintain the momentum on addressing emissions, maintaining our commitment to the pledges that were made some years ago, and continuing to balance the energy trilemma, but moving forward with momentum in addressing climate change and reducing emissions. At Baker Hughes, we believe in 3 hard truths. The first, that without scaling the technology we have today, we won't achieve the goals that have been set. Many of you know that technology is available, such as zero-leak valves, compressors that don't leak, also digital capabilities, and we need to deploy them at scale to make sure that we address the reductions that can take place today. Secondly, as we look at the future, there is no future where hydrocarbons don't play a role in the energy mix for the decades to come. We know that there's a huge energy demand out there, and we need to make sure that we don't focus on the fuel source, but we focus on emissions. It's about emissions, not the fuel source. And thirdly, it's going to require all of us in this room and outside of this room, across all stakeholders, to work in partnership to be able to come with the conclusions and the solutions towards net zero and those pledges that we've made. We've been asking ourselves whether we're still committed. As you look at the events that have happened over the course of the last 3 years, are we all still committed to the pledges that have been made, to the reduction in emissions? Well, we engaged with the Financial Times in a study, and we surveyed industries across the world. Many of you in this room participated to ask that question: are we committed? And I'm glad to say that 59% of respondents said that we were committed to moving forward with the investments that are being targeted to reduce emissions. That's a 2-point increase over the same study that we completed in 2021. So I believe we are still committed, and people in this room and outside of this room are showing it with the response. Additionally, as you look at the energy mix, we ask the question: what role is there for natural gas and LNG? 57% of respondents confirmed that they're continuing with their investments in natural gas and LNG. We've said often, natural gas and LNG is not just a transition fuel. It is a destination fuel. And in fact, as you look at the world requiring more energy, they play a critical role in making sure that there's abundant, secure, and affordable energy. We also asked, what are the challenges we face? What are the challenges we need to overcome together in advancing technology? And you can see from the response, it's all about collaboration, making sure that all the stakeholders combine together and collaborate in what is necessary as we go forward to solve the energy trilemma, maintain the balance, and also the momentum as we move forward. These results were shared last week. They are available, and I think they show how committed we as an industry are, but also all respondents are in addressing the challenges, but also in giving a true sense of how we overcome the challenges. At Baker Hughes, we've been executing our strategy over the course of the last few years, transforming our core. As you look at the initiatives and the initial pledge we launched in 2019, 50% reduction in our emissions by 2030 and net zero by 2050. I'm happy to say that, like many of you, we've reduced our emissions by 23% since 2019. I know many of you have also reduced your emissions. In addition, we've simplified our organization, and we've gone from 4 product companies to 2 business segments. And we've launched a number of capabilities around technologies to help ensure that we're driving our reduction in emissions. We've been investing for growth. Over $2.1 billion in acquisitions and investments. As you look at electrification with Brush, as you look at ARMS from a digital perspective, across the board, we've been making investments to drive forward capabilities that can be used today to reduce emissions and improve efficiency. And in fact, we started a digital journey of providing suites and applications to help drive emissions down and improve efficiency. And I'm pleased that this morning we announced 3 initiatives to further our journey from a digital perspective. Within our industrial and energy segment, Cordant, which is a suite of applications to help asset performance management, the intelligent operations across industry and energy around our equipment, and also the balance of plant, to drive better productivity, better uptime, and reliability of operations. In addition, in our oilfield services, Lucipa, and with our launch customer, Pan American from Argentina, looking at well site operations, production optimization, intelligent operations to be able to assist in increasing production and also driving better efficiency for the equipment, both subsurface and surface. We're very excited by the opportunities ahead. And also, thirdly, our investment with a partner, Corva. Corva is in the audience today. I appreciate the partnership, and this will help on the visualization of drilling operations, as well as in other sectors, to provide a cohesive application to you, our customers. All of these are steps forward in making sure that we're enabling the journey towards net zero and the pledges that have been made. And the third pillar, new frontiers. You've seen some of the investments we've made in companies such as Net Power, in Mosaic, over 12 investments to really apply capability in the new energy mix, whether it be hydrogen, clean integrated power, or CCUS. And with great partners such as Air Products, being able to drive forward the equipment and the technology that's required to bring this to reality. And I'm pleased to announce today an MOU that was just recently signed with FFI. Mark Hutchinson, the CEO, is here, and we have signed an MOU around hydrogen, geothermal, and ammonia to see how we scale the opportunities of the changing energy mix. This is all part and parcel in the way in which we can help you continue to drive forward with the pledges that have been made and ensure that balance and momentum is not lost. As you know, it all comes down to people and culture. Do we have the right culture? Do we have the right essence of change agents, the right capability within our people to drive the change that's necessary? Well, I'm pleased that at Baker Hughes, like many of you, we've been infusing talent from the outside. Priya, a software engineer that used to work in electric vehicles, now working in our Industrial Energy Technology Digital Group and applying that asset performance management capability. Lucian, in our well drilling operations, a fanatic about reducing the carbon footprint, and in fact, working day in, day out to see how he can impact that change. As we go forward, it really is all about having the right culture and the right partnerships and the right relationships as we go forward. At Baker Hughes, we are committed to the journey ahead. We're committed to that journey with yourselves. We're committed to partnering with you to make sure that we provide the technology and the capability and the roadmaps together. As you look at balancing momentum, balancing the energy trilemma, it's going to be important that we look at new commercial models. We look at new sustainability discussions. We look at new digital applications. And most of all, we look at new technology. And I hope you take the opportunity to go outside to the Solutions Fair and take a look of many of the technologies I've discussed today, but also new ones that are going to be pioneering in the years to come. This isn't about today. It isn't about tomorrow. It's about what we can achieve together as we go through the next decade in achieving the net zero pledges. We're strong believers that we can do that together. And I'd like to close just by thanking each and every one of you for taking the time out, for being here over the course of the next 2 days, for being engaged in the discussion that we're going to have around how we balance and move forward with momentum.